What's up, witches? Luna the Zen Witch here with a new moon reading from my favorite oracle deck. This may become a monthly thing. We'll see how it goes. This is the Russian I Fixed It fortune telling cards. And if you haven't seen readings from this deck before, please go check them out on my channel. I will link below. Haven't fixed this yet, but I am also going to contact, Harper Collins, to ask about maybe reissuing this deck with a fix of taking out the racial slurs. Any rate, let's go here. So if you've seen this deck before, you know I have to clear everything, and I think I'm only going to be able to do 2 or 3 rows at a time before I, put them up. This deck, if you don't know, 25 cards, you use all 25 in a reading, and first thing we need to do is clear them. So we go 10 shuffles through. I like to blow on them. 2, flipping cards out of the deck doesn't mean a thing with this deck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I am going to open my water and offer fresh water to this deck in addition to offering the fire of Azrael. And now we focus in and we do 7 shuffles from right to left. This is a deck that I strictly follow the ritual laid out in the book. And you know what? No, never mind. So here we go. And I'm asking, here's the focus. I am asking for the citizens of the United States, for the people in the United States, not just the citizens, but the people in the United States, and also the United States as far as our image in the world we can include in that. But just a reading for our times, for the people in the United States and how we're impacted, how we are impacted, how we're impacting the world. Okay, so here we go, 7. Do not want to know about me personally. 3, 4 all, 5, reading for all. Okay, and then we put them down and we cut. All right, going to move these things out of the way now, including the book. And I think I need to make myself go away here. Okay. No. That one. Yeah, you don't need to see me. Okay, so we have birds, ring, anchor, scythe. And we have trees, crayfish, horseshoe, forest, tree. This is a forest, that's a tree. Clover, hearse and star. Handshake, lilies, dog and heron. Tree, scythe, mountains, and snake. Nothing there. Okay, we've got a ring here. This is going to be interesting because I know what this image usually talks about. So we might have to do a little bit of cognitive stretching here to put the meaning towards the general populace. When the ring, period of influence, is middle, it's a symbol for a relationship between 2 people. And in this position, it is engagement to a rich person. Oh my God. This is good news to most people. It means the person you're involved with is having a prosperous time. You'll most likely benefit or be affected favorably. Now, okay, let me give you, as I work with this deck more through the years, it's engaging me more intuitively as I, usually just go straight for the book. But engagement to a rich person here. This is what this country has been. We have been in We have been in relationship with the 2%. You know, our country has been run by the rich people. So we're kind of in relationship with the way they do things, but it doesn't affect us the way it affects them. Their policies affect them and how they can get more money, but they don't actually benefit people of the middle class, which, you know, they've done their best to shrink and make it go away, and then to grow a new slave class and a servant class that will serve their needs. So we are in engagement to rich people without really being on an equal footing in that relationship. And that's what I'm going to look at. I'm going to read this anyway, just to see. Okay. All right. If you're single, the person you will marry will be rich. If you're already married, your spouse will prosper. However, this picture does not mean the person will always be rich and that all your material worries will be taken care of for the rest of your life. The future is changeable. The Russians say never disavow jail or a beggar's purse. You may end up as a beggar in jail sometime in your life, although you never thought it possible. Okay. Also remember, there's more than one way of being rich. It can be having more than you need or wanting less than you have. When you get this picture, you know that it's a good time for you, so enjoy it with your partner. All right. Having more than you need. That rings my bell too. Wanting less than you have. That's, you know, the antidote to grief or to greed. Greed. Having more than you need. The U.S. certainly has that in nuclear weapons, in a lot of things. We have a very wealthy standard in this life compared to the rest of the world. And we're still so greedy. Okay, I'm bailing out again. Next row. We have heart, rooster, cat, and lilies. We have clover, ba-boom. All right, number 2 card. Number 2 card pointing that way. Period of influence middle, symbol for luck. Sorrow for a short duration, which will have a satisfactory outcome. This one's huge. Your luck is down right now, but it's only for a short duration. Maybe for another 4 months. You could be out of a job, could have failed a test, like a COVID test, or could have seen your best friend move to another part of the country. However, although you might not be happy at the time, a positive solution to the dilemma will develop. You will find a new job, pass the course, find a new way of communicating with your friend, and so forth. The secret is not to get too despondent over a situation. Think of it as a time out, a time to rethink your position and begin anew. Wow, is that ever true for us? This Trump presidency has been a timeout. It's been we got pitched into the bizarro world, and we had to confront everything that we have said could never happen here. It could never happen here. We're too enlightened. We're too this, we're too that. And then we became very complacent, and guess what? It's happening here. We've got a fucking Holocaust going on here. We've got eugenics being practiced with ICE detainees being given hysterectomies without their knowledge and against their will. That's fucking eugenics, people. Think about the generations they have wiped out by that one act. Yeah. So, okay. You can increase your luck by socializing with people, listening to your hunches, examining the possibilities very carefully, and then taking a chance and believing in yourself. The clover picture is on your side. Remember the Russian proverb, without pain, there is no learning. Well, we are living that. We have been through the extremities of pain, of conscientious pain, of ethical pain, of physical pain with this administration and what it's putting us through. So this clover says for a short duration, which I'm hoping means that the election will have an outcome that says no to him. But right now we've also got his cronies that he has put in positions of power actually putting out false information that the liberals are that there's going to be insurrection, armed insurrection. So they're putting out the dog whistles, and not even dog whistles, just point blank telling their supporters to go out and buy guns and ammunition because the liberals are going to freak out after the election. So, I mean, please, oh please, Clover, please, Magic Clover. All right, we've got Fox and Woods and Wood, actually Fox and Forest and a pile of wood, and then we got Damon, so nobody matches there. And then we have Angel, Sun, Apple, Horseshoe, Bear, Moon, Hearse, Lady, Horse, Bread, Lady, and Dagger. And I say them out loud because it helps me catch. Sometimes it's hard to catch the pictures that match, and if I say them out loud, I can catch because I'm repeating something. Okay, 38, upside down. Short period of influence, symbol for support and help. Having sucked you dry, they will turn away from you. Wow. This can refer to work, social, or personal relationships. For example, children may drain you of money, exhaust you from all their demands, and then leave without so much as a thank you for all your efforts. Spouses or co-workers may do the same. However, rather than despairing, you should rejoice. This is a time to stop being a slave to others' demands and to begin a period of self-pampering and self-discovery. You've been giving too much of yourself to others. Perhaps they needed the help in the beginning, but now your help is unwanted and unappreciated. Therefore, congratulate yourself on having been a good support, as no one will, and go on with your life. We would all like to be thanked for our efforts, but people are careless or plain stupid and forget to express appreciation, with the result that we feel hurt or used. When this happens, accept it, acknowledge the hurt, go on with your life. At least the burden of helping someone else is gone, and you have free time to devote to your interests and desires. So, looking at this in the context of the question I asked, and I don't know if I'm going to read these full things anymore because intuitively they're making a lot more sense to me. Having sucked you dry, they will turn away from you. Who do you think this is talking about? This is talking about the politicians who have taxed the poor and who are actively now seeking to drain Social Security and, drain states' income because of the the funding that's been cut, and because the taxes are no longer being withheld, but things still need to be paid in. Things are being, seriously taxed. State funds are running low because there's so many more people. There are people who have lost insurance, people who have lost jobs that are now having to go and sign up for Medicaid. So states are being drained. So we're being sucked dry by the GOP Republican Nazi Party. No two ways about it. And then they don't give a shit, right? They're lining their pockets. They're leaving us high and dry. So they will turn away from you. Hell yes, they already have. Up next, fish, anchor, pig letter. And wait a minute. Okay, no. Snake, knot, book, angel. Oh, that was angel. Okay. Boy, bread, rooster, demons. And now I have to do this and pile this last row up so we can keep going. And I'm just going to do that with the last row. Book, road, dagger, stars, moon, cavalier, cat, castle, bear, fire, mice, money. Very few pictures. This is interesting. Ship, horse, mice, and wood. I'm remembering that wood was under there, but that doesn't count. Not the same row. Okay. Let's look at the mice. 23. Very difficult to read the numbers sometimes. Okay. Period of influence is immediate. Symbol for loss or finding of material article, and it is upside down. The stolen goods have disappeared forever. Oh, shit. Whatever has been stolen is lost and gone forever. If the article has personal value, you have to let go of wishing for it, as it's gone forever. You may or may not get compensated by your insurance company for your loss. Okay. Talking about insurance not covering things. All right. So we're being asked to accept a loss here. First loss that comes to mind is nearly 200,000 lives because we've been lied to and used. Next thing, stealing people's benefits and insurance, the ACA, stealing what rightfully belongs to us, our tax dollars, money that's gone into Social Security that's been borrowed by the GOP over decades and never paid back. That's our money. It's been stolen. This is saying it's never coming back. So we got to get over what we've lost here because it's time to move on and see what we're going to do from now on. We have scale, owl, fox, heart. Okay. If only I could find a place to put books when I'm doing readings. I might have to get like a book stand or something, but where the hell would I put that? I don't know. Okay, money, flowers, a bouquet, I think that is, mountain, letter, bouquet. We no more matches there. Okay. This is number 2 card, again upside down. No, wait. Oh, 9. 9. It has a little line under the 9 so you know which way it's facing, and it was just hard to see. Okay, 9, bouquet. Period of influence is immediate to short. It's a symbol for happiness. You will find a means of earning money. The picture in this position is especially welcome to those who are unemployed, in fear of losing their jobs, or thinking about a career change. It means that if you examine your qualifications and look at your abilities, you will be able to find a means of earning money. The secret is to relax, examine the options, and be available to new opportunities. Many people become despondent when faced with unemployment and fail to realize that this can be an exciting opportunity for a new start. Yeah, if you're not getting kicked out of your home. Once I heard a person being interviewed on a radio show tell of an Indian chant that one is to repeat while meditating or throughout the day to help one find a means of earning a living. The chant is not to be used to improve one's job or make one rich, but rather to open the way for nature to provide for one's needs, the way nature provides seeds for birds when they are hungry. After chanting it, I received employment from most unusual places. For example, an elderly pensioner came from across town for a Russian lesson and insisted on paying me $5. This is the type of thing the bouquet picture in position 4 indicates will happen. And she doesn't give us the mantra. Well, what a rip that is. No, you give us the mantra. You don't tease like that. I mean, you could do Lakshmi, Om Mahalakshmiye Svaha. Om Mahalakshmiye Svaha. And she is just the goddess of abundance. You could try that one. Okay. This is our last row, by the way. We got pig, cavalier, fire, and owl, which is over there. Okay, so fire. Crayfish, wait, fire. Period of influence short to middle. It's a symbol for passion. And in this position, out of the frying pan into the fire. You are in a hot position right now, and it will only intensify in heat. The only way to rescue a piece of meat that slips from the frying pan into the fire is quickly remove it from the fire. If you hesitate and leave it in, it will burn and be useless. Thus it is with you. Whatever you're involved in is getting out of hand and should be abandoned at this time. Okay, relationship leading to destruction should be stopped. If it's a business venture, time to pull back and consolidate your gains rather than expand. You can always go back to the project later. And You can always put the meat back in the frying pan if it's not cooked enough. Realize quick decisions and actions are necessary on your part to save the day. Yeah. Some people enjoy intense heat and can flourish in it, but to most of us, the picture is a warning of danger. And that's where we are right now. We are going into the fire after this election when Joe Biden wins the popular vote at the very least, because he's going to. and then the shit's going to hit the fan. So I can't tell you enough that it is time to prepare for things to get even shittier. I am stockpiling food again. We've been going to our local corn farm, even though we're on strict keto, and I've been bagging up. I found out that a dozen ears of corn, and actually it was 14 ears of corn. They gave us like 2 extra in each dozen, is 4 pounds of corn when you cut it off the cob. My freezer is filling up, and I'm going to go get a big bag of rice and lots of dried beans and making bone broth, and just to have things stocked, because I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody does, but we can have an inkling from what they're trying to incite. So be prepared is the Girl Scout motto. And here we have scales, fish, house, and crayfish. No matches there. Sun, road, dog, and boy. No matches there. But with the last card, we look at all 4 of these images. So let's start. Let's look at the road. This is really, I didn't really expect it to be sunshine and roses, but oof. And I'm glad there were few images. Period of influence, middle to life. It's a symbol of your path in life. And this one says difficulties on the road. No shit. If the picture refers to everyday life, you'll have obstacles to contend with. This could be problems at work or home. It's not a bad picture. It just means that life sometimes challenges us and we have to face it. Overcoming problems adds to our self-esteem and self-respect. We should not fear them, but should feel challenged to do our best. So, there are going to be problems on this journey. We've got major hurdles to overcome. The good news is that if he decides that he's going to try to stay in that White House, I am banking on the fact that the Secret Service was not appointed or hired by him. We don't know their politics, but we do know they take their job hella seriously. And one thinks that would go beyond partisanship, because they're there to protect whoever's in that office. And if he no longer legitimately holds that office, their job is to remove him from that office. And since he's pissed off the military by calling the people who gave their lives in service losers and suckers, any of the Secret Service that may have served in the military and any of the military that he thinks are going to support him are going to go. So I'm banking on that. All right, let's look at the sun. 31. And it's pointing. Okay, in immediate to middle, warmth and strength of character. This way, a lack of courage hinders you from obtaining your wish. Just the acknowledgement of this fact can put a person at ease. Look at your life and note where you're stagnant. What do you want but lack the courage to get? The picture can refer to major things like getting a raise at work, or to minor things like asking your neighbor not to cut the grass on a Sunday morning. Once you've isolated what you want, you can begin to work on the problem. If you really want it, you should pursue it when this picture comes up. The sun says you have the capability to obtain what you desire. So it talks about looking at alternate ways to achieve what we need. If you're afraid to ask directly, putting it in writing, that kind of stuff. We don't have to be courageous in all circumstances. There are many different types of courage. What one sees as courageous could be viewed by another as dangerous or foolish. So this is just, it says, do not let a lack of courage prevent you from getting the important things in your life. So, of the many things that are causing terror in this country right now, including the white supremacist terrorists, I'm thinking about the things we need to get done, just like going to the store. And I was thinking about the early days of COVID and how I was getting up like at 7 in the morning to go to the grocery store at 7:30 when nobody was there and it was spanking clean. And just the terror. It's like pulling into the parking lot and looking around. How many cars are here? How many people are going to be in that store? And then, this is when we weren't sure about how contagious. Does it live on surfaces? I was wearing a mask, but we just didn't know. And bringing the groceries home, wiping everything down with bleach wipes, and discovering what paint dissolves with alcohol and what paint dissolves in bleach, all that kind of stuff. So now, things have we've backed off of that level of terror, but still thinking about, it does take courage to go into unknown situations. And so what do you do? And I told my husband the other day he might have to bail me out of jail at some point, because when I went to the grocery store yesterday, I called out no less than 3 people on having their mask like this under their nose, either looking at them and just going, pull it up, pointing at them. Pull your mask up. There was a young man down under there, and I said, they've discovered that air goes in and out your nose too. Pull your mask up, son. He was like, oh. So I am calling people out for their bullshit, and, I could get in trouble for it. So that's one place where I'm kind of, I guess I'm being a little more courageous or foolish, but, come on, people. I think people that, are toddlerish in that way, I'm going to do what I want, also have a toddlerish reaction when somebody calls them out and scolds them. So I'm banking on that. Anyhow, next picture. Doug. And dog is about friends. Let's see what we say about, I know what we're going to say about friends here. Jesus, let's see. Middle to life, relationships with friends, a change of friends. No kidding. How many family members have you unfriended on Facebook? More than this many is what I have done. Family members and former friends. A change in friendship is occurring. It is sad to get this picture, as it usually signals a change of friendship for the worse. That is the parting of friends. I want to cry. However, it could also mean the intensification of a friendship. The change is due to uncontrollable events, such as finishing school or devoting more time to marriage, such as politics, because the political is personal. You can't separate the two. Oh, we can still have a friendship and agree to disagree. Not when your opinions are literally life and death issues for other people. No, we can't do it that way. The important thing is to remember what you got from the friendship. Okay, you may remember the close bond, blah, blah, blah. It's sad that this friendship has ended, yet on looking back, you can see how much your life was enriched by it, or not. What I'm finding is, okay, these are people that weren't in my life to begin with. They're just in my life because of Facebook on a daily basis. And so what am I losing if there's not somebody else on my feed calling it bullshit news that 250,000 new cases of COVID came from Sturgis? That was one of them. Somebody got on this bullshit news, and hey, maybe, and putting conspiracy theories and shit. And it's like, I don't engage, I bounce. Bounce, you're gone. Okay, 13 is boy. The last image. Immediate to short, symbol for adventure. A new friendship is possible. Isn't that fun? Ending friendship, a new one is possible. This is important as many of us do not make friends easily after a certain age. When this picture shows up, take a good look around you to see who this new friend could be. Could be an acquaintance, a neighbor, somebody completely new. So while we are weeding out, the old friends that clearly aren't thinking right, some people stick with it, and I applaud you for that. I can't do it. I'm too Plutonian. Anyway, there have been new friendships that have formed from, and events that happen, like protests that were going on in Minneapolis, and somebody shared something and I liked it and they friended me, and now we share things back and forth. So we are creating new communities of people who really are like-minded and are interested in working together to bring the changes that we need in this country. So, wow. That's pretty stark and pretty black and white. I'm going back to that clover picture that this is only for a short time longer. Now, it's going to take a longer time to fix what's been deliberately broken by this GOP. But I want to end with this in no uncertain terms. If you don't get your ass and vote out there and vote, if you're a U.S. citizen and you're eligible and you're registered and you don't go vote, and you're still on your 2 feet, not in the hospital with COVID, then get your ass off my list. Unsubscribe. You know, it's the one thing that you can do to push this forward. So please, I am begging you. I'm also begging you to do your daily self-care. And I mean, seriously, meditation every frickin' day. Yoga, exercise every frickin' day. Prayer work, devotion, spell work every frickin' day. Find the good in your life. Find your heart. Find your soul. Tell the people around you that you love them. Please do. Please do. Please take care of yourself. Wear your masks, wash your hands, vote your ass off. Black Lives Matter. And thank you for hanging with me. This could be a monthly thing here, maybe at the new moon. So there you go. Russian Roma, fortune-telling cards. Do it again. I really appreciate you being here. I got big announcement coming. So I hope you're around for that. I will see you tonight, actually, on my live stream. I thank you again so much for being here. Donate below. Send me a deck. I'll do a reading for you if you do. Till I see you again, like really shortly. This is the Zen Witch. Thanks for being here. Blessed be.